Alrighty, welcome to another video. Today I've got some true solo gameplay and a little bit of a build video where I'll just quickly explain my choices. This build hasn't been optimized in Havoc 40 Sarcanium. It was put together mostly with vibes, and after 2 to 3 hours of getting my face punched in true solo, this is what I settled on, and the very first run that I tried it, we got the dub. So if you guys want to give this a try, that's mostly what I'm putting out this video for. If you enjoyed the video, if you want to see more from me, don't forget to like and subscribe. But anywho's, going on to the Arc more. I dumped my ability, I got to test Arc efficiency in terms of dump stats. For the perks, I took Carapace and Flak damage. Flak is the most common armor type, it's a great place to start. Typically the maul type weapons do well into Carapace, and I did want a dedicated anti-Carapace weapon, hence the Carapace damage. I also want to try a bit of a shock build, or the shock setup on the maul, so I went with Enhanced Voltaic Arcs and Voltaigeist Overload. They felt pretty good in game, but again I got to do more testing and see how they're actually interacting. For the secondary, I went with the Arc Rifle. I dumped reload speed because I'm going off the logic that it works like the bolter where it's not much return. I haven't actually tested this, so don't take that as law, but also because I'm auto reloading with my build, there's just less value with the reload speed stat anyway. For the perks, again Flak, Maniac I'm not sold on. I can probably hit the 2-shot Rage of Breakpoint in Auric without it, and I was pleasantly surprised at how good the Arc Rifle is into Carapace, so maybe I take Carapace on this weapon as well, I don't know. For the blessings, again Enhanced Voltaic Arcs, and in a true solo environment, I typically lean on a bit more survivability, so I went with Inspiring Barrage. When it gets hectic, just start blasting, keep myself nice and topped up so I don't take chip damage. For the Curios, 3 toughness blessings, 3 stamina regen perks, 3 toughness perks, and 3 damage resistance to gunners. I would like to take combat ability regen, but again in a solo environment I personally lean on survivability a bit more, and if it was a team environment I'd probably fit in the combat ability regen, but for a solo environment this is what I settled on. And then for the build, this is where it gets pretty interesting. So with the bottom section, this is just something I personally like. Servo Core Recharge Engine, into Progressive Plating Matrix, let's just do normal regen and DR. Sustained Assault Doctrine, for the extra melee attack damage. It's just a nice, simple, effective node. More importantly for Uncapped Arrester for melee attack speed and Foe Render Creed. Now onto the left hand section, I went the toughness regen as well as the toughness damage reduction into sequence charge, so every time I'm gaining a charge, I'm getting a bit of extra strength. We got a decent amount of capacitance regen, but then we go into the Artificer Servo Skull, and we combine it with Noospheric Command. I'm a massive fan of this. It just absolutely rips up pretty much everything, because with this build you take System Shock, you can apply 40% brutalness with your melee or range weapon. The Arc Rifle actually applies Electrocute or a Shock debuff to an enemy, so every shot's actually applying 10% brutalness, so you can actually use your Servo Skull to help you kill crushers. It's actually a decent chunk of damage, and it also has another thing that it doesn't say on the UI. When you use it, you get a little bit of boost to capacitance. The maths is a little long for the purpose of this video, but the point of it is so you can re-combo into another ping immediately. So you can effectively always ping and kill stuff when you need to. It's just, I don't know, I think it's really good. I'm not even using auto aim or dog whistle with this, it's just purely off my own pings, and I think it's fantastic. If you use either of those mods, this thing's probably just cracked. And then evasive server recovery. If you've been following the channel for a while, you know I love my stamina. Reposition myself, more blocks, more sprints, happy days. Going into the top section, again, regen into galvanized coating, so we're stun immune. That way we're not going to get interrupted in between attacks. It's very annoying, especially in a solo environment. As much as I want to go Electro Strike Conduit, after a few games playing, I just had better returns with galvanized coating. Into System Shock, this is basically our Uncanny Strike. Very good talent, it's pretty much our anti-Carapace talent node. Into Retribution Conduit, this is probably a flex point, you don't need to do it, but I mean assuming you have 3 charges, that's like 25% more damage, you can just sit on them, but you're typically at lower charges because you're using Noospheric Command, so it's averaging out usually to about 15% more damage, which is still superiority complex. I still think it's good. Overcharge Transfer Lattice, this is not something I would usually take, but again in a solo environment, you're prone to getting overwhelmed, and after using it, I did actually like it, I did feel it. I think it's a great piece of defensive utility. Then going on to the right hand side, this is where most of the juice is, because this is a range focused build, you'll notice we're shooting a lot. Extra toughness, into threat detection imperative for damage reduction. I went into ammo cell augury because I am shooting a lot. Into reactor coil recharge for the capacity capacitance regen into gunsmith, so I don't have to reload. The arc rifle has a big reload time, and the last thing that you want is have to reload in the middle of a horde. Sometimes a horde will trigger and they spawn literally like on top of you, like within 5-6 meters away because you're just unlucky with your positioning or where you are at that current point in time and you're right next to a spawn door. It's always handy to have ammonia clip. Ammunition restoration pod. I like it, especially in a solo environment. The games last longer, Havoc 40s last longer. I know it's nowhere near as good as Survivalist. This is probably a tech point, especially if you don't decide to shoot as much as I'm doing, but I like having it. Anyway, Mobian Conductor, 15% damage on ability use for 10 seconds, nice. Augmented power cycle, more capacitance. Superior defense engrams for more toughness regen. Hybrid combat covenant, since we will be having to go to melee at times, but more importantly to go into power overload. Combining with static capacitor drain, we get up to 30% damage, to 35% damage reduction, and increased capacitance regen. Then power drive, so we get more stacks on charge spent, and critical power overload. This is kind of like overcharge transfer lattice, where it's just a little bit of CC, more damage, just a little bit, more so for the utility. Now just a few key synergies. Your servo skull actually procs a shit ton of your ranged talents. Your regen, your damage reduction, like threat detection imperative. So if you're doing a ranged focus build, do bear that in mind. You can actually proc your ranged talents with your servo skull. And the last thing is, you'll notice we don't take an ability. The reason for that, to save points, and I'm not really getting to 2-3 plus charges because I'm using most of my capacitance with Noospheric Command. What does the base ability do? Basically it does nothing for the 2 or 3 charges, so you don't get the electrocution attacks, you don't turn off range enemies, you electrocute all enemies around you when you use it, and that's it. Depending on how many charges you have, it will increase the AoE, 6, 9 or 12 meters, depending on 1, 2 or 3 charges. I'm primarily using it just to get stuff off me, to keep stuff off me, a little bit of extra damage, to proc that electrocution, get that system shock, all that good stuff. Start hitting stuff with my enhanced voltaic arcs, and happy days. But that's the build, no ability, just to save on points, get some more damage reduction, regen. It's definitely a range focused build, and honestly I had a lot of fun with it. Let me know what you think of the build. If you got any questions or criticisms or even advice, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to help a brother around the algorithm. Catch you in the next video. God bless. 07.
Eradicate. Stairs.
call for a window.
Now announced. Monster in range. Sniper is no more. Sniper. Oh, right, Green, you know, my point for you in the archive. Increasing enemy numbers. Transformer is eradicated. Monster now resurrected. Triggering for discharge. To be eradicated. Sniper death registered. Monster registered for death. Eradicate the sniper. New priorities are shotgunner. Sniper.
The rot sets in!
Now gone. Shotgunner detected. Sniper. Razor death registered. We have eradicated. I guys look down, so you have to get creative. Bomber death registered. Gunner defeated. Foxhound detected. Registered. Sniper eradicated. Raider is priority lock. Mutiny annulled. Sniper eradicated. Sniper detected. Now annulled. Hogsmaster detected. Mutiny. Now detected.
Feel the heat of Naruto!
Priority target. Flame. Assault vector identified. Now. Eradicated. Flavor. Now. Terminates the foxhound. Now. Foxbuster now detonating. Sniper death registered. Sniper is no more. Sniper. Hogsbuster registered for death. Flavor. Foxbuster in range. Bomber is no more. Terminate that gunner. That sniper is to be eradicated. Traitor. Immaterial entity registered. Trapper dead. Registered. Major enraged. It sleeps. Leave it. The roof's got a heavy skyfire present, but it all runs from that breaker. Shut it down. We have eradicated the Poxbuster. Terminates the Pox Hound. Beauty. Hound kill registered. The sniper is gone. Traitors have their dicks locked out, but it's nothing your data interrogators can't handle. The trapper is gone. Poxbuster is no more. Eradicate that Poxbuster. We have eradicated the Poxbuster. Bomber in range. Sniper. Poxbuster detected.